As my gymnastics senior night approaches, I think the biggest things I'll take away from my gymnastics career is the ability to work through difficult situations and just persevere and try and accomplish whatever I want in life. Even though we didn't have fans this year, the ability to come in and compete in general was absolutely amazing. We're so grateful for that opportunity. Last year when I came in and there was 15,000 fans cheering, it was electrifying. I lived for that moment. I feel it in my stomach right now just talking about it. I think the things I'll remember most about being a Red Rock are the fun, quirky things that happened, like double dutching in the middle of practice, Tom's crazy run, going and adventuring with the team, the little dance parties before meets, that kind of stuff, singing on the bus, just all those little things. And I think what I want to try and do with the team, with my time left here, is just get to know everyone more, really build those bonds, and just keep growing our relationships.
I would say going undefeated in the Pac-12 this season and being back-to-back Pac-12 champions for regular season is really awesome for this team, and it goes to show how committed we are to this sport, especially living through a pandemic the last year and having to deal with all of the craziness of the pandemic and all of our protocols. It definitely shows how determined we were and how much talent we returned from last season to be able to do that. So these next couple of weeks, we're definitely going to work on some details, some last-minute adjustments and lineups, but I think for sure the biggest thing is those little final details, handstands on bars, landings everywhere, kind of zoning in on some of that. There was a lot of things that played into me coming back from my fifth year. Definitely schooling. I wanted to further my education, and that was a great opportunity to be able to do that. And frankly, I am not ready to be done with gymnastics or this team. These 12 girls are my sisters, and getting the opportunity to come back for another year just gives me the opportunity to see these girls for an extra year, further my education, and spend a little bit more time, see some fans again. So, yeah.
And with that, your 2021 Pac-12 Gymnastics regular season champions are the Utah Utes.
Winning back-to-back regular season titles was really special for this team, especially for me as a senior, not having won an actual Pac-12 title. At least we get another banner and a ring. I think what it says about this team is that we're super resilient, and even through the pandemic and having to give up more than we normally have to give up in a season, we were still able to push through and fight to the end and come out on top. This year's floor routine, I would say, definitely ranks among my top at Utah. I love that I got to do a new style my senior year. It's a little bit more serious than my previous routines, so I think it fits my style in that sense of just wanting to be more of a fierce competitor on the floor. It's not as fun without a crowd and not being able to engage with anyone, but it's definitely in the top two. I wanted to take advantage of the fifth year due to the fact that I'm not ready to be done with gymnastics. I'm not ready to be done being a Red Rock. And as fun as it's been to compete this season through a pandemic, this is not the way that I want to go out. I'd love to have fans, however many we'll be allowed to have next year. I want them in the arena with me. I'd like my family to be able to watch my last meet. Frankly, I don't want to be an adult for another year, so that's also a good advantage. But yeah, I'm excited to continue as a Utah gymnast for one more year. I just want to say thank you to our season ticket holders for always supporting us even through this crazy year. We are looking forward to seeing you at regionals if we can, and especially next year in the Huntsman Center.
Little recap from this last week at Oregon State, especially on our event bars. We started off bars with a couple of hits, and then unfortunately the athlete in our third spot fell on her going into her dismount. But the thing that we took away from it was Emily got us back on track with a big score of 9.875. Miley continued with a career high of 9.95, and then Crystal locked it in and finished us off with a 9.9. Super pleased with 4 out of 6 of the athletes sticking. We're continuing to work on bars and hoping that working towards getting that last spot kind of ironed out and having 6 quality routines going up for Utah State and then beyond. Things we want to work on for the team as we ramp up into postseason. That was the highest team score we had at Oregon State. Super happy about Oregon State and the 197.575, it being a record for the program at Oregon State, and then also clinching back-to-back regular season Pac-12 titles. Couldn't be more proud of the coaches and the athletes on this wonderful achievement. As we gear up for postseason, we really feel that we're right on the cusp and continuing to gain momentum and putting things in right order, coming off of a season high of the score that we got at Oregon State. We're feeling that we're just real close to getting right in there and pushing for a little bit more out of a couple more routines, and we'll be in good shape and good order.
So to recap Oregon State, I think we had a really strong rotation. It was obviously highlighted by Miley and Jaden there. Tying career highs and getting career highs and winning vault titles. Those were great highlights for us. Lexi and Cami were pretty good. Obviously, we would like to be 6 for 6, but we were pretty close on the road there, so it was exciting to see. So vault we'll work on this week again, putting it together 1 through 6. That was kind of our theme in training last week. I think they just need to take a step back, settle in, trust their gymnastics, and trust their teammates, because I think when they put it together, they're pretty hard to beat.
All right, Friday's beam performance was definitely one of our best performances of the season. I was really proud of the beam team because they performed their routines that they practice in here every day. I would say 95% of the routines that they do in here look like what you saw on Friday. This week at practice, we're really going to focus on just building off Friday's performance, using that confidence to get us ready for this week. We really focused on using our breath during our routines and just staying in control of our body throughout the routines so that our skills could be done the way that they need to be performed.
Floor at Oregon State, I'm just super proud of our consistency, what the girls are doing to grab those inches within each of their routines. I think they're enjoying their performances, which I love so much. I just want them to continue to shine all of their great qualities and continue to go grab those goals that they each have each week and keep building off of each other. I think they believe a lot in each other, which is just the coolest thing to see as a coach. I love getting to cheer them on. It's such a privilege to just watch them do what they love. Floor team is just continuing to work on how we set up our passes, because that's how we're going to land them, and continue to fight for those landings. And they mentioned last week that nobody's thrown their head back on a landing and really soaked it in. So maybe a little bit of that this week, and just continuing to shine like they have been and be consistent and go out there and grab some more of those 9-9s.
Season ticket holders, I know it's been a strange year. We hope that you guys enjoyed watching us from a distance all year. You'd be very proud of this team. We missed all your energy, and we can't wait to see you guys back next year in the Huntsman.